Welcome to the Financial Coaches Podcast, where we talk about how to build your practice from startup to scale up while being the kind of coach your clients crave. Finally, a podcast for financial coaches. Here are your hosts, Maria Casillas and Cody Sizemore.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Financial Coaches Podcast. I'm Maria Casillas, joined here by my incredible co-host, Cody Sizemore. We are excited to talk to you today about something that's been going on in my house, not because of me, but it's been going on in my house lately. Cody's going to be the expert on that today, and so we'll jump right in just a second. Before we do that, just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you who comes and listens to this every single week. You are our every weekers, and we would not do this show if it were not for you. So thank you for letting us know how important all of this information is to you. Now, Cody, I'm going to pass this on to you, and I'm kind of setting this up a little bit, knowing that I just said how important the information is. I have a feeling that today's topic is going to be super good for our listeners, but probably not seemingly important on the surface, at least on my account. I have a feeling you're going to feel a little bit different about that. So without further ado, Cody, why don't you tell our listeners what it is that you'd like to chat with them about today?
So we're actually going to be talking about a concept to help you get more people on the phone and then hopefully convert those people into becoming clients. So that is the important side of things. And just
That's the important part. Yes.
Yeah. It's just a creative way to do this. And, maybe you've considered doing something like this before, maybe you haven't, but we're going to kind of talk through that. So that's the important side of things. The not important and unrelated to money at all side of things is that it's the strategy that I decided to take recently to get this thing in motion. And it has nothing to do with money and nothing to do with financial coaching at all. But
Okay.
it's something that I'm really passionate about, which is why I did it. And then it hurt me a lot.
So before you continue, let me just say, when I started this, I said it's been going on in my house for for this whole last weekend. So in case you guys haven't figured out what we're talking about, I mean, the unimportant related part, it's football. That's what we're talking about today. So I'm just saying that because I don't mean to make light of the importance of what we're actually discussing today, because I actually think it's a really cool concept. It's something that I did a lot when I was doing more like the direct sales as well. So I'm actually really excited to hear your take on this. But yeah, football's been quite the thing in my house for at least the past week and a half. And it's not my thing. And so that's why I will gladly pass this part of the torch on to you today.
Yeah. So I'm just going to set the stage a little bit first. I'm also going to take this as a great opportunity to have a little bit of therapy as well. And then we'll transition into how this actually ties into why we're talking about this today on this show. Okay. So a little bit of context. For those of you who don't know, I am a really, really huge Detroit Lions fan. Have been my entire life. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm wearing a Lions hat right now. That's basically part of my whole attire every day. I have something Lions related every single day. So obviously the season opened this past weekend and it was awesome. I got the whole family all dressed up. We ended up going to church because we do a yearly like kickoff thing at our church where like we can, wear jerseys and stuff like that. And, it felt like Christmas morning for me. Like I was just like, it's finally here. And for those of you who don't know, the Lions had just a dream of a season last year. It was the best season that we've ever had in like the 90 plus years of the organization. But it was ripped away and crushed away at the very end because of like 20 of our defensive players being on injury reserve, meaning they were injured and they couldn't play, kind of thing. So our team essentially was falling apart and we ended up losing, and the whole season went down the drain. So we as Lions fans have been sitting and stewing in misery for the last 8 months, as we wait for this first game of the new season to come. And we have this game against our biggest rivals, which would be the Green Bay Packers. And all this pent up emotions have just been waiting for the last 8 months, and we're really hoping that we just pick up where we left off last year. And we play that game, and we got absolutely destroyed. I mean, just obliterated, embarrassed, like I want to die kind of thing. like it was just so bad. I haven't seen them play that bad in probably 5 years.
Wow.
It was horrible. So
I'm sorry.
I'm really, really bummed out. And the reason I'm giving this entire backstory is because it's important to know the context of this, because the Detroit Lions only scored one touchdown the entire game, and it came with only 1 minute left in the game,
Oh.
which is unheard of because last year we had a historically amazing offense in the sense that it was like I think it was like top 4 that the NFL has ever seen. So
Oh,
we come
wow.
from that to scoring one
To this.
touchdown with 1 minute left in the game. Horrible.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
that's the build up
Mhm.
to this. And quite
Mhm.
frankly, today is Wednesday. It's our record day. I'm still emotionally recovering from this. Um,
And so for those of you who are not watching, I'm having the hardest time keeping a straight face during this whole thing. And so I want you all to know that he said he was coming here for therapy today. I'm not being a very good and empathetic therapist.
it's fine.
It's just
I've been laughed
and
at
I
my
know
whole
that,
life
and
for
I thought,
being a Lions fan. It's fine. I'm used to it.
I mean, wanting to die over the game, it just, I mean, if you were, if you had hired me to actually be your therapist, I would put on a much straighter
Yeah.
face. But I'm here for you, Cody. I'm really
Thanks.
sorry that
Thanks.
this is going on.
It is what it is.
So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about like you give us the
Yeah.
context.
How does
Why
this
is this
all?
important?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, why is it
this all
important?
comes together in this way. I thought that, hey, coming off of a year where we had a historically amazing offense, and I knew that there'd be questions going into this year because we had a new coach. But I thought, hey, why wouldn't it be a good idea to run a like a giveaway kind of contest thing, um, and tie it to something that I really love and that I'm passionate about, being football. So I had the idea of,
Mhm.
okay, well, I'll send out an email blast to my email list, and I'll also make some Facebook posts and do a giveaway that basically just says, hey, if you if uh in honor of the football season being back, for every touchdown that the Detroit Lions end up scoring, I will be giving away a free coaching session. And all you have to do if you're on social media is just comment touchdown, and you'll be entered to win. And if you are in my email, you just fill out this form and let me know that you are entering to win.
Well, I mean, the good news is you only have to give away one one free
That's
consultation.
not good. That's not good. And the entire game, I was battling with two emotions of, oh my God, my team sucks again. And oh my God, are there going to be any winners at all?
Mhm.
Kind of thing.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I did this last year as well, and ended up having 3 last year, which is awesome. Awesome. But
Mhm.
that's the context of everything. So
Mhm.
I'll say this. Um, my intention behind this giveaway is, one, just to get creative and to have some fun with different ways to market your financial coaching.
Yeah.
A lot of people are excited for the football season, so they might be like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing, and hey, I get a free coaching session out of it too. Why not? So
Mhm.
that was the intention behind it. And then obviously, you give value to people as well. And What I will say is that like a lot of the times when you give out those free coaching sessions, sometimes it makes sense to just say, hey, like, here's this value for you, like blah blah blah. And at the end of it, you just kind of say, hey, is this good for you? Or, are you looking for something a little bit more? Like, are you kind of curious as to what it kind of looks like to work with me? And you can just open up that conversation. You don't have to push it because again, it was a gift to them. But if they're curious,
Right.
then you can open up that conversation to potentially convert these people from just a freebie to instead an actual client. And I did this same thing last year, and I actually got 2 new clients from it last year.
Mhm.
This year, I don't know. I only got 1. So
Well,
so we'll see.
couple things. First, I absolutely love the creativity.
Yeah.
I think that it's a really, really good way to connect with other people, and to change things up a little bit. So I really do appreciate that. You also said that you were using something that you were passionate about, which I think is also important. But I think what I really appreciate about what you were doing is it's not just something you're passionate about; it's something that other people are also excited and passionate
Mhm,
about. I mean, you could be passionate about something like, cross stitching, but if you put that out in the universe and said, I'm going to, give a free consultation for all of these cross stitchers, chances are you're not going to get that momentum. So it was not just something that you're passionate about. You were smart about like what other people was happening with other people in their lives at this moment. It was like I said, it was happening in my household, not because of me, but because I'm married to someone who's passionate about it. So even if I am not excited about football. I saw that if I was a potential client of yours, I might jump in and go, "Oh, well, I have to watch this stuff anyway. I might as well see if I can get a free consultation out
mhm,
of it," right? So
mhm,
it's not just that. And the other thing too, I think that you could pivot a little bit. I don't know if you've considered this or not. But yeah, your Lions, they fell through for you. They didn't do what you needed them to do. But you could kind of redeem some of that by, hey, they suck so bad this year. I'm using last year's stats to give away a few extras. Like if you
yeah,
had a bunch of people who were like in on that contest. I don't know how many people responded to you, but if it was more than the 3, you could still go back and just, play it up and still offer those things in a way that it keeps you in integrity. It doesn't say that, you're doing something you weren't going to do, but just have fun with that. And that's maybe one way I would do it. Yeah,
mhm,
and just use those sorrows of yours and turn them around. Just play into it,
yeah,
right? Yeah, they sucked, and so we're gonna go back to last year's when they weren't so bad, and 2 extra people are gonna get a freebie
yeah,
here.
yeah, for sure. And, I think that that's like the whole concept here is just like, you know, there are certain things that we can do aside from just posting online or,
Yeah.
talking to people at the library or whatever it might be. And
Mhm,
especially I think it's important that if you can integrate something that you're passionate about that is totally unrelated to what you do, and also something that a lot of other people are passionate about too, I think that that gives you like a human side as well, and it
mhm.
helps people,
Yep.
connect with you. Like, for example, I
Yeah, it's
know yeah,
relatability.
and I know for a fact that, like, there's a lot of people on my mailing list that are football fans, and there's probably a lot
Mhm,
of people on there that are Lions fans, and maybe they didn't know that I was a Lions fan. So they're like, "Oh, that's kinda cool. He's a Lions fan. I'm a Lions
mhm,
fan. That's awesome." Now there
mhm,
might be some people
mhm.
on that mailing list that are Packers fans, and I might need to remove them off my list. So, you know
Just tell them to remove themselves. Save yourself the
what would
time.
really suck is if the person I reached out to, because 'cause I'm still waiting to hear back from them actually, but if the person I reached out to was a Packers fan, oh my gosh, if they won, I mm, I might need to revoke it. So,
And here I'm so absolutely ignorant of all that went on over the weekend that I'm guessing that the Lions played the Packers, and that's the reason. Is that what happened? Lions played the Packers? Or no? It's just that you guys are like rivals.
it's both,
Okay, so they did play the Packers.
kind of. I mean,
Okay.
they didn't
Okay.
sure, you could call it
The
that. We played them.
the Lions lost
Sure.
to the Packers.
Yeah.
So I'm from Illinois, and so my husband's a Bears
Oh, that's
fan,
even
and
gross.
I'm just letting
That
you
game was
know,
awesome. I
and
love that they lost.
he wasn't happy that they lost. I have a family member from Minnesota, so they got to rival it out. But no, I'm sharing that because they don't like Packers
Yeah.
either, and so I wasn't sure if it was just an
So
overall people don't
so
like
I'll give you a
Packers.
little bit of education and then we'll wrap it up. But
Okay,
essentially,
all right.
there's divisions in football, and there's 4 teams in each division, and all of those teams
Mhm.
are rivals, right? So the division that the Lions are in is the same division as the Packers, the Vikings,
And the
and the
Bears.
Bears. So
All
Lions
right.
fans and Bears fans don't like each other, and they especially don't like each other this year because remember how I said last year we had that historically good offense and then our coach left, right?
Yep. Yep. Was it to the
He's the
Bears?
Bears' new head coach, and we're playing the Bears this
Okay.
week. So I'm I really hope that your
Oh,
husband is in full pain this week. So
see, see the drama and the the visceral. It's crazy. All right. Well, but it's funny because those are like the four football teams that I've heard of, and that's
that's why.
probably why
Yep,
because they're just in that
yep,
division.
that's why. Yep.
All right. Well, you guys, you hear my ignorance. I'm happy to share it with you today, and I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through, Cody. But I'm really glad that our listeners at least got a fun idea
Hmm.
out of your pain.
Hmm. Yeah. So the moral of the story
And
is get creative, do some giveaways,
get
get some
creative.
people on the phone, convert some clients.
That's
That's
right.
essentially it.
That's right. And that may be a way that you were able to bring in some of the guys also through from your coaching.
Hmm.
So, it could have been the little hook that wife needed to bring him
That's right.
along. So I'm really, really glad that you did that. And I can't wait to hear how many of the consultations you actually do, whether it's just one or you try to expand that a
Yep.
little bit. And then keep me posted on how many clients you get out of it.
I will. I certainly will.
All
So
right. Sounds good. Well, thank you for sharing this with us. And thank you, audience, for allowing me to just chuckle my way through this and, let you see the side that I have zero knowledge
mhm.
about. And I love that. All right, Cody, thanks so much. We will tune in. While you guys tune in, we'll see you next week for another episode of the Financial Coaches Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Financial Coaches Podcast, brought to you by New Money Habits and Sizemore Financial Coaching. Submit your questions to our hosts by emailing podcast@newmoneyhabits.com. Be sure to subscribe to be notified of future episodes and join our growing group of like-minded coaches on Facebook. And until next time, happy coaching.